Hello everybody, Mike from the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike podcast here, and I am back with another one of these live music performance, commentary, critique, discussion, analysis, reactions, whatever you want to call them, and I'm returning to the genre of grunge music with Down in a Hole by Alice in Chains. I mentioned before when I looked at Pearl Jam that I was a dyed-in-the-wool hair metal fan back in the late 80s and early 90s, so I super resented and was pretty vehemently opposed to grunge music and all of the associated perceived dreariness of it at the time. I felt like it was spoiling the party that I was having as a very excitable teenager. Of course, now I have matured, clearly not into hair metal anymore, but I am going back and I am returning to this genre that I know subgenre that I know very little about, with a open-minded freshness. So I've already had a look at some Nirvana and some Pearl Jam, and I guess Alice in Chains seemed to be an inevitable next one. This is a band I know virtually nothing about, and I don't know the song. It's from an MTV Unplugged, so I'm just going to watch it and react to it. Before I do that, just for those who've never watched this channel before, I do pause the videos, I do talk over them. That's just how I do. So I would suggest that you watch the performance before watching this, before I spoil it for you. I'm going to shut up for a short while and watch Down in a Hole by Alice in Chains. Let's see what this is like. Sounds like Neil Young. Tom Petty almost. Intense. I give this part of me for you. Great bass sound. Sand rains down and here I sit, holding red flowers in a dew. First thing that springs to mind is great harmonies. Incredible concentration and introspection going on here as well. The singer, the lead singer, Lane Staley, that's his name, I believe, I think. You know, there's no affectation here. There's no performative stuff going on. He's just almost meditative in this deeply personal performance, I assume. Yeah, carry on. Deep inside. You don't understand who they thought I was supposed to be. Wow, what a voice. Look at me now, a man who won't let himself be. Down in a hole, losing my soul. Wow. Down in a hole, losing control. Yeah, there's something really primal about this. It's like a caterwaul, you know, it's like a taking something from the pit of his stomach and firing it out. It feels like it could be about you know, being trapped in, I don't know, addiction, or I'm not making out the lyrics too well here. I don't like having subtitles on. So, but the feeling that I get from the song is very anguished, and there's nothing pretentious about this. That's something that I always used to feel about grunge, was it felt very chin-strokey, you know. But this feels very sincere and without affectation, and also really, really great musically as well. There's nowhere to hide with these unplugged performances. I'd like to fly, but my wings have been so denied. Wow. great vocal melodies. It's long notes. And the way that he's using these long notes and using vibrato on them, it's almost as though he's exploring feeling over a protracted note. You know, he's creating this soundscape and then exploring it. It's a really kind of unique way of using voice in a simple but super effective way. Yeah, I mean, even now, 30 years later, this sounds very modern. Timeless. Very 90s groove there. Snappy drums was very of the era. Oh. The way that their vocals are trading off each other reminds me a little bit of Mike Mills and Michael Stipe in REM. Not in how it sounds, but in the way that they're relating to each other. And I love the fact that the guitarist, that's Jerry Cantrell, isn't it? I think I wasn't into grunge, but I was grunge adjacent. So some of this stuff just sort of sunk in through osmosis. You know, he's starting some of these things, and then Lane Staley, the lead singer, is coming in afterwards, and you'd expect it to be the other way around, just from a sort of rock band dynamic perspective. So just the fact that they're doing it the other way around, it creates an additional level of this feeling unsettling. Yeah, this is really something. Then when they sing together, it just makes everything congeal. A lot of control on how he's using the microphone distance as well. Wow, there's some... That's like a deceptively complex song, you know. I mean, the chords are pretty straightforward, the structure's pretty straightforward. But the overlapping vocals and the feeling that the, I guess, emotional honesty of the vocals, because the guitarist has got a very clean voice, whereas Lane Staley's voice is definitely has an edge to it. And that contrast works really well. And yeah, what a great song. I kind of don't care that I don't know what it's about, because I feel what it's about. And I think that's the most important thing with music like this. So yeah, this is, I think, the one that surprised me the most out of the grunge videos I've been seeing so far. I think I might have to watch more Alice in Chains, because they were one of those bands that I just didn't like at the time, because, you know, rock music in the late 80s, early 90s, it was about kind of finding your tribe, you know, and this felt like a different tribe. Obviously now I look back as an adult and that's ridiculous. So yeah, there's some gold in those hills, and I think Alice in Chains are definitely a great example of that. So let me know what I should cover next in this genre, or even by this band, because yeah, that's given me a lot to think about, that one has. Quick reminder that I appreciate comments, like, subscribes. Check out the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike audio podcast, and all of the other music, film, TV, and general pop culture goodness that is on this channel. So thank you very much for watching, and I will be back soon with another Front Row Music live performance reaction very soon. Bye-bye.